Uchenna, congrats on welcome to Seattle. I read that you were very interested in playing here because of the scheme. What is it specifically about this scheme that really suits your strengths and your skill set?
Just that it allows me to play fast, just being able to go to into another year, being in the same scheme, similar verbiage, similar tasks, similar responsibilities, allows me to be myself, allows me to unlock my true potential, what I could do. And it was on display last season. And I think it'll be more on display this year.
Bob?
Yeah, Uchenna, welcome to Seattle. Staying on that same tag, was last year the first year with the Chargers you really sort of played in the same way that you're going to play this year with the Seahawks, as far as you know?
Yeah, that and even better. I feel like I said earlier, like I made the point earlier, having another year in this system that's truly fit for me, I feel like I'll be able to capitalize and I know how to, it's not like I'm relearning it, for the most part, I pretty much will understand what's going on and assignments, so allow me to play a lot faster. So I anticipate playing a similar like I played last year and taking it to another level.
Vita?
Yeah, and I guess part of what I meant by that was, so last year was your first couple of years you played a kind of a different system, right?
Yeah, we played more of like a 4-3 base under Gus Bradley. And then we switched over to Brandon Staley that last year to more of like a 3-4.
Vita?
Sure. Yeah, Uchenna, just kind of staying in the whole this defense, what you bring physically. I mean, you're able to not only rush the passer, but also in deep coverage. Like, can you just talk about the evolution of that skill for you in the last 4 years and how you've worked hard on that?
Well, coming up, I've always been an athletic kid. I played like all types of positions, basketball, football. So I feel like I've always had the athleticism. I was ex-safety in high school. Going to college, I came in as a safety, and then they moved me to linebacker, and then outside backer. They let me rush. They let me just really use my athleticism. So I feel like when I got to the league, it really wasn't that much of a challenge for me, because I've always had that background of being able to do multiple things. So the evolution is just continuing to grow, in this new system, in this scheme I'm playing in. I feel like, I'll be able to capitalize on that more of my background of, being athletic. So.
Michael Sean?
And for those of us who've been here and we're seeing them trade Russell and release Bobby Wagner, it feels more like a rebuild up here. But what have Pete and maybe John and some of the coaches told you about why that's not the case and why this team can contend in 2022?
They've said the same thing they've always been saying, that, this organization has been built on greatness, and that's just the standard and culture here. And everybody that, is on the team or anybody that they bring in, that's what they realize. And that's what they try to hold themselves to. So I feel like no matter who comes in, who comes out, just the culture of the team and the culture of this organization has always been greatness and success. So that's what everybody has instilled in their minds and what everybody's trying to pursue.
What have you learned about defensive coordinator Clint Hurts, if anything, thus far?
He's a cool guy, man. I like him, man. He's not only a football guy, he likes basketball too. We were talking a little basketball when I went up there. He went to the U. I went to SC. We kind of, we played that first round and he got us, but he's a good guy, fun to talk to, knows what he's talking about when it comes to football. And I just feel like it would be great to be able to work with him and work under him and learn from him. A guy who's been around the game for a long time. I feel like it'll be a good relationship.
Thank you.
Curtis? Curtis, I think we're having trouble hearing you, Curtis.
Let's try this. Yeah. All right. A sec here. Uchenna, just when did you kind of find when your skill set started to marry up with a position that you played? Like you mentioned playing safety, linebacker, all these different things. When did you ultimately start finding that skill set match a position that they were asking you to play?
Talking about when in my just sports career, football career, through in the NFL?
Curtis, guessing. One in the NFL.
Well, I'm gonna just go ahead and answer that. I'll just say mainly when I got to college, probably like my senior year of college, when I moved more to that outside backer role, I feel like that was really where my true potential started to shine. And when I got to the league under the 4-3 scene with Gus Bradley, it was more of kind of similar, just not as much dropping. It was more of the going forward, playing the run, playing on the line of scrimmage, which I kind of did my whole college career. And then once I got to the league, or when I got to when Brandon Staley came over, it was kind of just the same carryover, more going forward than going back, with a little bit more going back. But I'll probably say it started my senior year of college is when I finally said, this is my position.
Tim Booth.
Hi, Uchenna. Welcome to Seattle. You tweeted something after the agreement was in place about how you've never been out of LA and you needed the breath of fresh air. What did you mean by that, and what does leaving LA and going somewhere else mean to you?
Yeah, so when I said that, just I'm an LA kid. I've been here my whole life, high school, college, and the first 4 years of my pro career. So, I feel like I never got to really see the world, see other cities. You go there to visit, but you're only there for a day. So to be able to go to a place that's not too far away. Seattle, they got nice trees, nice views. Just I feel like it's really a literal breath of fresh air. So I'm really looking forward to that. They always talk about the rain, but I don't mind the rain as long as it ain't snowing. But yeah, I'm excited for this, and I feel like it'll be a fresh start, new surroundings, new beginnings, and I'm excited.
Greg Bell.
Welcome, sir. What ultimately was the decision on Seattle? Why choose Seattle, and what other options did you have?
Well, to be honestly speaking, Seattle was really my best offer. I had a couple of interests from other teams, but I feel like Seattle was the best offer that I had on the table at that time. So I just went with it. A lot of family came into play. It's still close to home. Of course, taxes. California was eating me up in taxes, so I feel like it's always good to make that decision to come here. And yeah, I just feel like Seattle's a great history. I get to experience a legit fan base. Like I said, it's a breath of fresh air, and the coaching staff, and a lot of USC alumni in this place. So I feel like they'll take care of me, show me a lot of love and respect here, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Does the Pete Carroll legacy still live down there as a post-Carroll USC Trojan? You still here to know?
Oh, absolutely. Coach Carroll is definitely respected anytime you bring up USC. He's what he's been able to do there for all those years of Reggie and Matt Leinart and Lindell. That'll live forever on in USC history. So, every time his name is brought up down there, it's held to high standards.
Thank you.
John Boyle.
Yeah, Uchenna, when Pete Carroll's been talking about the edge rush, the two names that have come up this offseason are you and Darrell Taylor. Just curious how much you know about Darrell Taylor's game and maybe how you two can kind of complement each other off the edge.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really know too much about him. I've heard about him, throughout his time in the league. I think he's like a young player. What is he, like 3 years or something, 2-3 years?
Going into his third year, yeah.
Yeah, going to his third year. I know he has a lot of potential. It's kind of similar to myself, a young guy, very athletic with a lot of potential. And, me being this my 5th year in the league, I've been around some great players, Melvin Ingram, Joey Bosa. I've seen what real pass rushers are like, and be able to, teach him what I've been taught from those guys. I feel like will really help both our games, and being able to learn from what he sees and what he does would be a good change up for me as well. So I feel like we'll really complement each other really well.
Bob.
Yeah, you said, what was your USC career like? And I know you played for Sarkisian, and then he left and all that. Did Sark recruit you, or were you already kind of committed there under somebody else, or under Lane, I guess?
Yeah, so Lane actually did not recruit me, but when he got released or let go, Orgeron had took over as the interim head coach. He's the one that gave me the scholarship. But then when he got let go, Sarkisian came over, and luckily he kept my scholarship there because he was at UW, I think, at the time. So he came over. My time at USC was great. Sarkisian thing didn't really work out. He had a lot of, off the field issues, but, we had Clay Helton come over and take over. And I feel like that was where my career took off the most. We were able to bring home a Rose Bowl championship and a Pac-12 championship to the program, which hasn't been done in a while. So I feel like my time at USC was great, and I credit Coach Clay Helton to that, for real.
Brady.
Hi, Uchenna. Brady Henderson from ESPN. Welcome to Seattle. What do you like to do off the field? What's your life like outside of football?
Oh man, I'm really just a home guy, man. As you can see right here, I got my PlayStation right there. So I like to play the game, but I like to, go out sometimes, go to dinner. I like to try new restaurants, hang out with family, hang out with friends, really. But, I'm also into real estate off the field. I feel like that's really what I see myself doing my life after football. But for right now, I'm more like a live in the moment guy. I like to just hang with my friends, be to myself, go catch a movie, just chill.
Why real estate? And have you started kind of positioning yourself for that post career yet?
Real estate, because that's just really what I feel like. I feel like it really just boosted. It's just a really good second career. My dad's really into it. That's what he's been thriving, trying to push in my head is real estate. Real estate, if you never have to work again, you have a steady income coming in. You'll be great with the properties, and I'm sure you guys know, what's going on. And yeah, I've definitely set myself up for that. Life after football, I've definitely get into, acquiring as many properties as I can now, being aggressive while I'm young and just capitalizing on every opportunity.
We know all too well about that here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Michael Sean.
Hey, how'd you get the number 42?
Honestly, it just came from when I was at SC. I wanted number 7 at SC, but I think, I don't know who had it. Somebody had it or it was retired. I can't remember, but it wasn't available. So they just gave me 42 and I was just like, all right, cool. And I just rock with this. Once I started realizing the history about it at USC, I was like, wow, that's a privilege to be able to wear this number. And so it just stuck with me throughout my first couple of years in the Chargers. But now, I'm on a new team. Like I said, new beginnings. I want to switch it up a little bit, and just get something a little different. That's why I'm going with 10 now.
Does 10 have any significance to you?
No significance at all. Just just cool number, I can swag it out. I can make it look good. So, that's why I'm trying to go with that.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Masvita.
Yeah. Hey, Uchenna, two kind of off-field, somewhat related questions. You're an LA guy, but your last name is of Nigerian descent.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that, and then you're a footy. So just talk about the food if you have a moment to talk about that.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm a Nigerian descent. Both my parents are from Nigeria. They came to the States in the early 90s. All have 3 sisters. We're all born here, all American Nigerians. And like you said, the food is great. My mom throws it down. My grandma throws it down every time I'm back in the city. My grandma cooks it up, man. Rice, stew, a goosey soup, everything, man. Everything, puff, chim, everything you could think of, she be making it. So I'll be loving going home. That's one thing I'm gonna miss, but it's only 3 hours away. So I'm gonna be good.
Yeah, there's some good, well, there's more Ethiopian restaurants in Seattle. One last one. Do you follow soccer, Nigerian soccer team or not?
I follow a little bit, man. I was a little disappointed when they didn't qualify for the World Cup. I think they tied with, who was it, Ghana? I think they tied with. And they
Yep.
I was pretty bummed out. Nigeria didn't take it too well. I saw some videos and then we're really upset, man. Maybe next year we'll get them.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Corbin.
Hey, Uchenna, with this defense, obviously with the linebackers being more hybrid linebackers that can rush and drop back into coverage, do you have a preference which side that you rush from, and does that impact the types of counters that you will use trying to get off blocks?
So throughout my whole first couple years in the league, my first 4 years, I was more, back and forth. I didn't really have a predominant side I rushed from, but if I had to choose, I'll say from the left side just because I'm right-handed and it's more comfortable. What was your second question?
Does that impact the counters that you use? Like, is there a comfort level with on one side different counter moves compared to, say, if you're rushing from the other side?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm right-handed, so being on the left side, having my right hand down or right foot up or whatever it may be, I just feel I have more comfortability on that side, and I can do a lot more. But like I said, I played both sides, throughout my first 4 years, so I'm comfortable on both sides.
Thanks.
All right. Anything else, guys? Uchenna, thank you. Thanks everyone for joining.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sir. Welcome.
Thank you.